Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and more Blood and Valor here as we wrap up the first batch of scenarios, the regular scenarios, before we get into the narrative scenarios. And we're going to do that here today with Demolition, which as you can see is a little bit different than the others in the fact that we're kind of focusing on the center line there, and we'll get into that in just a moment. So let's jump in. So in the Demolition scenario, players are tasked with destroying important objectives on the battlefield. Each of the commanders are fighting, to have the honor of their army being the one to destroy the objective. Bring glory to your army, destroy that objective. So it is a 6-turn battle as normal, but the setup here, we got 3 objective markers and they're placed on the battlefield. One is in the dead center. The next 2 are placed on either side of that, 6 inches away from a table edge. And then both players roll a d10. Higher result chooses the sides of the table where they want to deploy their troops. Deployment zones are 12 to 18 from the center line. The player who lost the roll has to deploy one of their units first, followed by the winner, alternate, and rinse and repeat until everybody's ready to go. So that's nice here, like some of the more recent scenarios we looked at, right? Again, it's going to force us to get out of the deployment zones and actually get up there and engage, and keeps the game from being sort of just a gunline duel, essentially, where we're just not moving, not engaging, not doing anything more interesting than just kind of shooting back and forth. So we need to get up into the center and grab those objectives. So what do we need to do then to win? Both players are attempting to destroy the objectives on the table, so all units in this scenario are carrying explosives. A unit that's not in close combat and is in base contact with an objective can use an action to plant explosives on the objective. At the end of the turn, the objective will blow up and be removed from play. Player that destroys an objective is awarded a victory point. Unit that is not in close combat and is in base contact with an objective can also use one action to remove explosives on an objective to prevent the opponent from gaining the victory points. Command points can be used to plant or remove explosives as well. So always keep that in the back of your mind. And if a single player destroys 2 objectives, the game ends immediately with victory. Otherwise, we can assume then that the game would be a draw, although it doesn't really elaborate further, but I would assume, I guess, the way we would treat it is if let's say you do get one objective destroyed and keep the opponent from doing that, that'd still be maybe like a minor victory, depends on how you want to do scoring. But obviously if both sides really just get one and then can't capture, or not capture, but destroy the second one, then it would be a draw as well, or any other result of essentially the equal number of objectives or lack of objectives. If nobody can blow up anything by the end of the game, would also be a draw. So again, a fun one because we do have to get up there, but we can't just focus on one specific area. So now gives you a couple of interesting tactical choices too, depending on which way that the board is set up, but also what the opponent has, what you have available. Does it make sense to take the center and one of the sides, or go for the flanks and then kind of just try to keep the enemy away from the center? A lot of different choices that we can have there. Certainly gets a little bit more tense too if we want to throw some variations in there, maybe like fighting at night or other adverse conditions. So a lot of little flexible things that we could do for that. Now another interesting thing that if we wanted to just create some variations on this, maybe even like as part of a larger battle, is just to kind of vary that a little bit, maybe throw some more objectives on there if we're playing with like a multiplayer game or something like that. But the idea itself is pretty interesting and fun, with the mechanics of being able to plant and then remove and so on. So those command points will definitely come in key. Let us know, guys, your favorite moments from playing the Demolition scenario. Do you like the mission, or is it not one of your favorites? And where have you had your successes, and what was your approach to winning the game? Which route did you go for with trying to take on the objectives? So hit us up in the comments there. Be sure to like and subscribe. We'll have more Blood and Valor for you very soon. Thanks so much.